starting things off with an 8-man battle royal to determine the number 1 contender to Lio Rush's NXT Global title. The Drifter is the number 1 contender to the NXT Global title. The winner of this one will face Tessa Blanchard for the NXT Women's title at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. It is Shayna Baszler versus Io Shirai. A second moonsault! Io Shirai is the number 1 contender to the NXT Women's title. What a win! Hello and welcome to Universe Mode. This is NXT. We, of course, last week were met with a great episode from the developmental brand as they head towards NXT TakeOver New Orleans. Still, about 5 weeks away in all honesty, but nevertheless, it was a great episode last week, and they continue it on here this evening with some pretty big matches. A King of the Ring qualifier coming up later this evening, as you can see right there. Jay Lethal and Punishment Martinez going to be going one-on-one against each other. That one's going to be a thrilling one, no doubt about it. Both those guys would love the opportunity to represent NXT in the King of the Ring match, in the King of the Ring tournament rather. But only one of them will get the opportunity to, only one of them will get the crack to. This is going to be a surefire, thrilling contest between these two men, and one that I'm looking forward to, just like I'm looking forward to the main event. I said about how, was it 2 weeks ago, that Bate was in a league above the rest, that Tyler Bate was in a status of his own. There was no one who could come close to Bate right now. Will I be eating those words by the end of this evening as Tyler Bate holds an open challenge here to the members of the NXT roster? He wants to face anyone and everyone who comes through that curtain. Bate going to be having an open challenge in the main event. That one's going to be a very, very interesting outcome, and I'm looking forward to it. Before we start with all of that, I've been hearing that Bret the Hitman Hart has had a thing or two that he's wanted to say. Alright, well, here he comes towards the ring. Bret the Hitman Hart walking towards the ring. His foundation not in action here tonight. Nice and Dar were not scheduled to be in ring action. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this one does go. What is it that Bret Hart has to say to us all, I wonder? What is it that this man has to say? I mean, the last time we saw him was following on from the New Foundation victory, in which he was talking about how they deserved a crack at the belts. Is that still running through his head? Is that still something that he wants to have happen? I do wonder. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if that was the case, so we'll see about that right about now, I believe. But Bret Hart taking a microphone. And I wonder what it's going to be. Oh, what a surprise for Bret Hart. It's going to be complaining. What a shock that one is. Bret believes that he thinks that people can't take what he's saying seriously, that his foundation can't go all the way to the gold. That they're too busy overlooking them for the other teams around here. Bret isn't standing for that anymore. And they should have the gold to show for their actions. And that's exactly why he is out here this evening. He's out here to people who want to listen to him. He's not here to beg. He's not here to ask. He is here to demand it. He is calling out any pipsqueak team back there that wants to face his tag team. He wants to prove why the New Foundation is indeed the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Oh, well, that ain't the guy who I would have thought would have answered the question, but it's the guy who's going to answer it now. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Hearing some wind of what it was that Bret had to say. These two former world champions colliding with one another. Getting in the ring. Retired they may be, but it doesn't seem as if that's going to stop them from having a face-to-face with one another. Austin with a microphone in hand, looking into the face of Bret the Hitman Hart right now. And Austin asking Bret Hart, does he ever stop whining? It has been years since the Hitman last smiled, since this whining son of a bitch actually enjoyed being here. Now all that anyone ever hears is outcry, whining and whinging, and Austin's had enough of it. He wants someone to take action against him? Then why don't we let Stone Cold be the one to do something about it? I never would have thought for as long as I was here that Austin would be looking to take action. Austin wants to show what he can bring to the table. Next week, he doesn't care if he grabs the next best talent in the world or if he grabs 2 bums from the street of New York, slap the hair off their heads and open up a can of whoop-ass on them. Stone Cold is going to find some boys and he believes they're going to beat the absolute hell out of his limp dick excuse for a team that they call the New Foundation. Bret Hart does not seem best pleased with the flowery choice of language from Stone Cold. And in Bret Hart's eyes, he sees it as a very funny thing indeed. But he's not scared of his little threat because Bret will be sure to watch on. Bret refusing the challenge next week because he believes they should earn the shot to them instead. Next week, though, they'll watch the finals mistake take place. Bret always believed that Steve wasn't that smart, and next week he'll enjoy watching it happen. Look at these two guys giving each other a stare down. A little bit of jaw jacking after it from both sides. But certainly something interesting commencing in the tag team division. Stone Cold going to bring in a duo to collide against Bret Hart. Well, that was a pretty heated way to kickstart things on NXT. But now it is time to actually get into the action for this evening. And we're going to be kicking things off with the tag team match. How apt, given what we were talking about, given what we just looked at. El Orgullo de Lucha going to be going on against Roppongi 3K to start things off this evening. Should be a very interesting thing indeed. Looking forward to seeing how it goes as these two teams collide. But we know that the New Foundation certainly have a rival in their sights, as we know that Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to be assembling a team of his own guys, and I wonder what it'll be. Will it be like 2 bald guys who really enjoy beating people up? Will it basically be Stone Cold Jr. and Stone Cold III? Or will it be maybe 2 people who he sees something in? You got to remember, Stone Cold was a guy who, of course, for quite a while held quite a high high position in NXT. He was the sheriff around here. He was basically the secondary to the general manager. And so, if that's the case, then he's got an awful lot that he knows about. He's got an awful lot of knowledge, and I imagine he's got an awful lot of knowledge about the people on the roster and who he can turn into a star, and who might also work together well in a tag team. But one thing is for certain right now is that Show and Yo are looking, of course, to work together as a tag team as well, to continue on a successful start that has blessed them since joining this universe. Show and Yo, they came 1 match short of becoming the #1 contenders to the NXT tag team titles, losing that match to the now current NXT Tag Team Champions in the Broken Brilliance. But no point in worrying about that one. No point in concerning themselves with it. Show and Yo definitely have to focus on the matches here, as do, of course, El Orgullo de Lucha. The tag team division is stacked now in NXT. You've got these two, Sanity, the New Foundation, Broken Brilliance. There are a great degree of tag teams in that division. And there were even some that I glossed over there. But nevertheless, every tag team does indeed stand a crack at getting their names out there and getting into the big stage. It's just about if they can make it happen or not. Can't have a tie-up between these two here. Clean break in the corner. And again, side headlock this time by Kalisto. Kalisto and Yo starting things off in this matchup. Yo, the more flamboyant of Roppongi 3K. Definitely suits his weight well. There's no doubt about that one. Good Hurricanrana to get things going there on Kalisto. In the turnbuckle we go now. Kalisto coming out of it though. Didn't want to be, I don't think he wanted Show to be making the tag. Sorry, Yo making the tag into Show there. Big forearm shot. These two guys right now just lamenting into one another at the early goings of this match. Good work there by Yo though. And now he will make the tag into Sho Tanaka. Good drop kick from Sho to get things going. He's much more of a very serious kind of athlete, Sho is. No shit taken. All about doing damage in the match. All about finishing the match and getting the win for 3K. Heavy kick in the back right there from Kalisto as things continue to move on. Tag made. Grand Metalik now in this one. And El Orgullo de Lucha hoping that things could turn around a little bit for them. Swatting the arm away there. Metalik suplex. Floats over into the cover. Trying to get an early And perhaps a surprise victory of a show right there, but a kick out at one. Roppongi 3K still in this one. I imagine that what will be going through the minds of everyone in the tag division with Stone Cold's announcement, and what will also be going through the mind of Tony Easton and Dawn, knowing that their leader essentially has put them in this predicament. Oh, lovely reverse Rana there from Show, and the power just keeps on going here. Big power bomb planting Grand Metalik. It is an incredible thing to witness what Show can pull off, the power that he has in that body, and the tag team work of Roppongi 3K shining through here. The athleticism of Yo and the power advantage. The power advantage of Show just shining through there as well. Looking for a Hurricanrana. Good counter from Grand Metalik. Nicely done. Working over the leg right now is Grand Metalik. Yo in a bit of trouble here. He's definitely doing a good job of working over the leg. There's no doubt about it. Yanking on it, taking away the speed of Yo while he's down on the mat. It is a smart tactic there from Grand Metalik, but Yo not staying down. Good snap suplex as well. Kalisto wanting the tag in. Yo unable to stop him. Kalisto tagged in here. The legal man. Kalisto getting the go here. Lariat drop kick as well. Look for the second lariat. Look for the third. The second lariat. Wow, I just completely fumbled over my words there. Didn't get it. Yo. Nice transitioning head scissors there. And let's see what else Yo can do here. Ducks under. Big lariat to Kalisto. Definitely has been stumbling around a little bit. Kalisto able to counter out of whatever Yo was looking for on the turnbuckle. Whether or not it was 3K, I do not know. The tag is made very quickly by Roppongi 3K. Show the legal man now. Simple but effective drop toe hold elbow combination. Very nicely and quickly thought through there. Work the treat backstabber from Show. And things are not looking good for Roppongi 3K right about now. For El Orgullo de Lucha right about now, because they're looking to end things. 3K by Roppongi 3K. Grand Metalik out of the ring. Cover on Kalisto. Roppongi 3K are your winners this evening. There you have it. Roppongi 3K has done it. Victory for these two men. And when 3K strikes, it is hard to get yourself out of this match. Roppongi 3K, your winners this evening to kick things off on NXT. Simple but effective tag team wrestling, granting them the win. Good tags in and out. Not much more they could ask for, that's for certain. Nevertheless, time to move on to our next contest here this evening. Kushida wanted to go in action again, and he's going to be having a great match here because he's going one-on-one against Hangman Page. Alright, well, it's been an interesting last few weeks for Kushida, between himself and Hideo Itami having had their disagreements, between them having had their problems with one another. Things can certainly look to be on the up for both of them with the victories that they've been sustaining in singles action as of late. Whether or not that'll carry over here tonight, once again, we'll find out. Kushida heading towards the ring. A very tough challenge coming his way against Hangman Page. There's no denying it. Was Kushida in action last week in the 8-man Battle Royal? Yes, he was. I remember winning. I think he got eliminated like second from last. But Kushida nevertheless ready to go here again. It is going to be a good contest between himself and Hangman Page. Two guys with a lot to prove. Two guys with both looking for victories that they want to claim really badly. Two guys who will be looking to get that win more than anything else. As Kushida waits in the ring. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes Itami through the crowd. Yes, Itami just came through the crowd and looks as if he's coming towards the ring. Kushida standing there, just kind of looking at him a little bit perplexed right now. Not sure what's going on between these two former That's what's going on! Itami, go to sleep to Kushida! Go to sleep to the man who he was supposed to be aligned alongside, to the man he was supposed to trust. And Itami has just abandoned that trust! A knee right in the face of Kushida. And this match has ended before it can even begin. We were wondering if it would happen. And to whom? Well, the answer's here tonight. Itami betrays Kushida. A huge moment just transpired in front of us. The match never got started, but there are way more things we can talk about now than we would have had coming out of that match. Hideo Itami finally pulling the trigger and turning on Kushida. We have talked about when more than if, due to the complications they were going through, due to the ways that they did not seem that best pleased around one another. And we certainly got our answer right now. Itami just leaving Kushida in the ring. 2 knees into his face, laying him out and ending the partnership between those two. Jay Lethal, as he heads towards the ring, is our cue to move on though, because we definitely want to know why that just happened in front of us all. But we will have to find out another day, because it is the King of the Ring qualifier coming up next. Jay Lethal and Punishment Martinez one-on-one against one another. Winner goes to that tournament. Winner gets the chance to be the King of the Ring. Jay Lethal would know a lot about that. 2016, he was the runner-up in it, losing to Tyler Breeze. Can he go further this year? Can he go that one step further, all the way to the top, all the way to the crowning of the King of the Ring and that glory of being back in the big stages, which which Lethal would definitely love to have going for him. Commissioner Martinez going to be heading towards the ring right now to do battle against him. And I am looking forward to seeing how this one does go, because these two guys, of course, I believe they were both in the 8-man Battle Royal at the start of last week's show, and it was Martinez who got eliminated first. Talked about how he could have been the big difference maker in that match. There was nothing from him. Gone in a flash, essentially. The victory was picked up by Elias in that one. He will face the NXT Global Champion Lio Rush. We'll have more information on that one soon. So said the NXT General Manager to me before the show went on the air. But as for this evening, we've got a very stacked show to continue getting through. Rhea Ripley going to be in action after this one. But as for now, it is all about the King of the Ring qualifier. We saw SmackDown putting on an incredible one earlier this week between Kota Ibushi and Baron Corbin that I definitely had people talking. I had people predicting already that Ibushi was going all the way to the finals with a performance like that one. I would certainly love to see that be the case for a guy like Ibushi, but obviously I've got to represent my ECW guys. Obviously, I want Aleister Black and I want Mustafa Ali to go far in that tournament. I want them to win it. Big SmackDown now for the last 2 years. It was Raw the year before that. We haven't had a look in this King of the Ring tournament. But as for right now, NXT is getting their crack at adding people into the list, and they are looking to add one of these two men into it. Punishment Martinez has been a strong asset to Sanity since he joined it. And I'm wondering how it will go for him, how things will develop here for Martinez in this match. No Sanity at ringside for him. So if he's going to beat the self-proclaimed best first-generation wrestler in the world, the man who has, I believe, the longest reigning United States Championship reign in the history of this universe, and he's going to have to do it by his own hook or by crook, essentially. Trying to work over the arm there. Nicely done. Lethal able to turn it into a hammerlock, though. From behind right now. Punishment Martinez having to get himself out of that one, and indeed he does. Applies a hammerlock of his own here. Lethal, can he get himself out of the hold? Yes, he can. Now he has him in an armbar position down on the mat. Look at the agility of Martinez there as he's able to wiggle his way through it. Big neck breaker. Down goes Lethal in the early stages of this match. These two guys going to have to come up with an awful lot to knock the other one off here. The resiliency, the heart, and indeed the damage, the brutality that either guy can take as well, especially Punishment Martinez as he hits a big back suplex on Lethal. Well, already a very interesting night of NXT, there's no doubt about it. The acceptance of a challenge by Stone Cold Steve Austin, in which he said he was going to bring two guys together to face against Bret Hart and his new foundation. And of course, what we just saw just a few minutes ago, it's Hideo Itami pulling the trigger and turning his back on Kushida. That's definitely the biggest talking point that has come out of NXT so far tonight, and could well still be the biggest talking point, depending on how things go for the rest of this evening. Look at the strength of Martinez now, as he's going to hit a big running power slam on Jay Lethal. Following it up with a nasty stomp right in the head there. Lethal feeling the full impact of it. Punishment Martinez now just in control here, working him down, working him over. Talked about how the resiliency of both these men shines through. Well, Lethal's going to have to rely on his resiliency an awful lot to pick up the win in this one, because Punishment Martinez is serving as quite a problem for him. Nice backbreaker. Lethal going to take a risk here. Sees a chance right in front of him, and he's going to try and fly with it. Lethal up on the top rope now. What will he go for? Double axe handle, countered with a heavy blow in the gut there. Cannot get a look in right now over Punishment Martinez. Can Jay Lethal? Always seems to be on the back foot in this one, more than he'd like to be, but this is smart from Lethal now. Work over that arm, that leg, sorry, work over that knee. Wrench on the ankle, take away the vertical base for Punishment Martinez. Very smart move indeed from Lethal. Good clubbing blows in the gut right there. Spinning kick in the gut attempt there, countered by Martinez. Backs him up into the turnbuckle. Turns him round now. Martinez, big clubbing blows in the back. Uh-oh. This could be dangerous. Perched up in the tree of woe is Jay Lethal, and a running knee in the gut from Martinez. Boy, that gut of Jay Lethal's has been worked over. It's a miracle he's still in it. There's the headbutt. It's a miracle he isn't winded, isn't gasping for breath right now. He is still fighting on in this one, that's for certain. Lethal keeps on going, but look at how Martinez always shutting the door on him. Lethal comes charging in right there though. Martinez spilling to the outside. Lethal with a suicide dive through the ropes. What a flight that one was from Lethal. Stuck the landing sublimely. An impeccable suicide dive connected with right there. Martinez recovering on the outside, and Lethal using it to recover his breath on the inside. Dazed for a moment. Into a facebuster from Lethal. Cover made for King of the Ring. No, kick at it too. Lethal came out so close though. Thought he had him right then and there, but he's not stopping right now. Lethal going up high. Lethal wants to go to King of the Ring more than anything. Oh no! Caught in midair! Caught in midair! South of heaven! Came flying at Martinez, but then flew right down to the mat via South of heaven. Martinez into the cover. There's two, and Punishment Martinez is going to King of the Ring. It is victory for Martinez. It is victory for sanity. Punishment Martinez is going to King of the Ring. And a big win sustained for him as Lethal sits on the outside in disappointment. It is Martinez who soaks in the glorious relief of victory. That is a big name to be representing NXT and King of the Ring. No doubt about it. Nice stuff there. Good match from both men. Maybe not on the same level as Corbin and Ibushi from earlier this week, but still a damn good match. Time to move on to our next contest, though. The newest member of Trifecta has a point to prove. Rhea Ripley in action up next. Well, the NXT Women's Division has certainly been a very interesting place as of late, with the match last week between Io Shirai and Shayna Baszler. What a contest that one was, there's no doubt about that. They put everything on the line to become the number one contender, but of course these two women know that they are leader of Trifecta, the NXT Women's Champion herself. Tessa Blanchard has to look forward towards Io Shirai at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. But as for this evening, Rhea Ripley looking to get a big win. Of course, it was Rhea Ripley who replaced Santana Garrett within Trifecta, threw it to one side. And now the trio of Gabert, Ripley and Blanchard are the leading force of the NXT Women's Division. And Peyton Royce is about to learn what that means the hard way. Up in the air right now, looking for a suplex, and Ripley just countering her way out of it with ease. Psycho suplex, dumping Royce down. Good counter from Ripley in the early stages of this contest. She is just clubbing away right now. Just throwing her around as well. Royce not in a good piece of... what's the word I'm looking for? She's not in a good... Oh, no, she is actually. She gets herself out of that suplex. I was going to say she's not in a good piece of mind, but maybe not now that she counted her way out of that one in the turnbuckle. Big back kick there. Look at the agility there. And the power in those kicks, but Rhea Ripley didn't even come off her feet. Good counter though by Peyton Royce. Knee in the gut, forearm in the face right now. Drop kick, and Ripley does go off her feet there. This is about Ripley proving her dominance. This is about proving the Trifecta is always standing above the rest. Look for the kick there, gets countered. Peyton Royce trying to get something going off the start here, but is just being constantly stopped in her tracks. We saw Kay in action 2 weeks ago, kind of short against Io Shirai. And is the same about to happen to Peyton Royce this evening, the only former NXT Women's Champion. No, that's completely wrong, because they're the ones on the outside. Never mind. One of the only former NXT Women's Champions on this brand. The other one is on the outside in Jazzy Gabert. But speaking of people on the outside, Billie Kay trying to get involved in this match, trying to distract her fellow countryman to give Peyton Royce the advantage here. The Iconics helping one another out, and a rake of the eyes there by Peyton Royce. Was looking towards Billie Kay for a moment as well, as if to say thank you, as if just thanking her for that distraction. Ripley, though, kicking out right away as if it was absolutely nothing at all in that move. Peyton Royce going to have to do an awful lot to keep her down, it would seem. Has the arm here, wrenching on it slightly. And again, she is trying to take that arm away from Rhea Ripley. And that's not going to happen. Ripley moves out of the way there. Full Nelson slam. Into the mat there went Peyton Royce. Heavy impact. And look at this now. Abdominal stretch from Rhea Ripley. Trying to force the tap out here of Peyton Royce. Wrenching on it. Talking it in. Trying to get the tap out right here, right now. Will Peyton Royce tap out? She won't. Punches to the jaw to get herself out of that one. And a head scissors as well to roll her way out of that hold. Oh, went for a spinning heel kick there. Counter by Rhea Ripley. Up on the shoulders. Samoan drop plants her. Kay tried to provide a distraction. Things didn't go the way that they wanted it to, because Royce didn't exactly get back into this match. Has the arm for a moment. Good counter by Peyton Royce there. Suplex by Royce. Wait a minute, Three Amigos. Three Amigos by Peyton Royce. Who would have thought she would have had this in there? Royce into a fisherman suplex, into the cover, but oh. The foot of Rhea Ripley on that bottom rope. Definitely bailing her out there. Into the cover goes Peyton Royce, trying to put things away right here, right now, and Rhea Ripley kicking out almost right away. Royce trying to prove that this one should be over, though. Trying to prove that she can beat the mighty Rhea Ripley. In the turnbuckle goes Rhea, and again she can't counter that kick. First the one in the face, then the one in the small of the back. Peyton Royce being a tough nut to crack right now. Kicking the gut there by Rhea Ripley. Look at this, just standing in front of Peyton Royce with a confident look and a confident expression to her as well. Up and over the top rope now goes Rhea Ripley. Big forearm in the face. What's Royce going to do here? What the hell is she doing? Oh my God, yanking those arms back. Almost in like a chicken wing position. Oh my God. And then a knee in the face, and Ripley goes off the top rope. Royce is making things awfully difficult for Rhea Ripley. I would imagine she would have thought this would have been an easy win. And maybe that was the mistake she made, thinking that she could get stuff done, as easily as she would have wanted to. Peyton Royce proving to be anything but easy right now, though, in this match. Shoulder tackle, and down she goes. Look for a hard strike there. Gets countered by Royce again. Spinning kick in the face. She got all of it. Royce clambering into the cover. Trying to get the... Oh, okay. Well, that didn't go the way Royce wanted it to, but she is the one now in the driver's seat of confidence. She is the one feeling oh so cocky. And she is the one who could be paying for it right now. Look at a hit big, getting countered by Ripley. And again, Rhea Ripley looking to connect with that Samoan drop. And she'll get all of it, planting her into the mat. Billie Kay intervening again. Ripley falling for it. Arguing face to face with one countryman as she looks to beat the other. I don't know how Royce has hung in this one so well, but she's certainly doing a good job. Cover made now. Royce trying to put things away, and look at that. There's the side of Rhea Ripley, though. They may just say that she's doing all this for fun, because constantly Royce has tried to finish this match, and constantly she's been unable to. Here we go. Rhea Ripley to end this with Whiptide on Royce. Cover made by Ripley. There's 2, and there's 3. Rhea Ripley, your winner. Job done. Sealed. Ripley with a win. Whether or not she wanted it to be that difficult or not, I don't know. But what I do know is that she walks out with a victory under her belt. As a member of Trifecta, Royce recovering in the ring, and Ripley wanting to send a message to everyone in NXT, and to Io Shirai specifically. This is Trifecta she faces up against. This is not going to be an easy path for her to walk down. Your winner, Rhea Ripley. And now it is time, though, to move on to our main event of the evening. This one's going to be a big one. Tyler Bate holding an open challenge. Who will accept it? Well, here he comes towards the ring out first. I have been told Bate wanted to make his way out. He wanted to stand in the ring and look at the man who he's going to be facing this evening in this opening challenge. This is a very brave move from the NXT champion. This is a very commendable move as well. It's like I said 2 weeks ago when he beat Elias in one-on-one action. I said Elias was good, but right now there was no one who was on the same wavelength as Bate. Everyone seemed to be, everyone seemed to be off. Everyone seemed to be behind him. Everyone seemed to be lacking in what Tyler Bate had. And this is a chance for Bate to see if that is the truth or not. To see who is on the same level as him, to see who can give him a run for his money. He's beaten Velveteen Dream, he's beaten Corin, he's beaten Leo Rush, he's beaten Elias, he's beaten so many names on NXT since becoming the champion. And it's not a matter of, oh, it's that underdog mentality, he's always overlooked. No, you can't overlook the NXT champion. It's just a matter of the Bate is a fantastic wrestler who just cannot be topped right now, it would seem. But who will step up to that plate? Who will try and challenge him? There are a number of names it could be. But of course, it will just be left down to that guy's entrance theme hitting to decide it. Oh, yes! Yes, yes, yes! This is the one guy around here who could give him a run for his money. This is the guy to challenge him. This is the true test for Tyler Bate. It's the machine, Brian Cage. Brian Cage will try to challenge Tyler Bate here this evening. Non-title match, but a huge, huge opportunity for Cage. The last time these two guys squared off in action, it was interrupted by the Velveteen Dream. Well, there's no such interruption that can happen here tonight. Dream's on Monday Night Raw. And there's no one who has bad blood with Tyler Bate. We are going to get a straight contest right down the middle between Bate and Cage in the main event of this episode of NXT. And I cannot wait for it, not one bit. It could go a number of ways. But which way will it go? Which way will we be looking at? Who will get the win in this big time main event? Look at the size difference between the two. Cage, Almost looks like he's twice the size and twice the height of him. Bate has another uphill battle to go through. Cage, a guy who has just been unstoppable since arriving to NXT, has not been pinned or submitted. And now it's Cage's chance to try and get something going here against the champion. This is a big chance for both men. If Bate beats Cage, imagine what the reaction would be. It would really say, well, who the hell is there left for TakeOver? If arguably the biggest challenge to anyone on NXT has just been taken care of. Another clean break in the corner. These two guys trying to do a collarbone type with one another. Has the arm, does Tyler Bates, because I think he knew he couldn't do a side headlock takeover of Brian Cage. Cage turns it into a side headlock of his own now. Wrenching on it. The leg of Brian Cage looks bigger than the body of Tyler Bate. What an uphill battle this one's going to be. Duck under there from the champion. Leapfrog over as well. Bate not going to back down. Look at that! Dragon suplex from the champion. Cage surely has to weigh about nearly 300 pounds, if not 300 pounds plus. And Tyler Bate just hit him with a dragon suplex like it was nothing. Bate's not even 200 pounds. Big lariat there from Cage brings him down. Well, that certainly helped take care of business just a little bit. Brian Cage now slowing things down and taking the lead just how he wants to. Turning him over with a hard kick right there, working over the arm right now. Wearing down Bate piece by piece as he can. Brian Cage trying to lead the way in this matchup right now. Good counter there by Bate though with that dragon screw. Definitely a smart idea to try and take away the legs of a big guy. It always is. And I think Bate knows he's got to be that ring savvy to get the win here. Lovely roll into it. Sweeps the leg and attacks the knee. Cage can't stand up on his feet. If Cage can't stand and fight, he can't slam the man down. He can't hit Weapon X. He can't hit the drill claw. Most importantly, he can't get that victory that he's craving. Everyone wants to be the one to beat the NXT champion. And Brian Cage is the one looking to do it right here, right now. Tyler Bate grabbing his arm a little bit in pain right now. Cage has been doing a good job of working it over. But the speed of Bate you cannot deny. Good drop toe hold there from the champ. Good kick in the gut from him as well. I've talked about resiliency a lot this evening. Well, you're definitely going to need resiliency against a guy like Brian Cage. When you're someone like Tyler Bate, you're going to need to be able to hang in there the best of your abilities as much as you can. Suplex looks like it was a suplex attempt from Cage because it was stopped by Bate. Oh, but Bate getting absolutely caught with that forearm. Kick in the gut now. Good DDT from Bate there. Simple but effective maneuver. Covers Cage in the middle of the ring. Trying to put him away here, only a 1 count. Trying to turn him round there. Cage cracks him with another forearm up against the ropes. Bate essentially a passenger to that back suplex. This has been a lot of Brian Cage in this match so far. Looking for the discus clothesline. Great duck under there by Tyler Bate. Comes running in. Rolling wheel kick. Rolling wheel kick. Cage went down to it. And look at Bate now. Cobra clutch. Oh! His own rendition of a Rainmaker. It was beautiful from Tyler Bate. A Rainmaker there. Cobra clutch. Lariat. That was beautiful. I love seeing that. Oh, but Brian Cage probably loves to see this as well. Look at the strength. Into a delayed vertical suplex on one leg, no less. Well, that version of the Rainmaker did nothing to Brian Cage, but this could. Tyler Driver for the victory. Has he got him? No. Cage kicks out at 2. You can see it was almost a nonchalant kick out as well. Discus clothesline. Discus clothesline to Bate. But the champ still hangs in there. Bate not giving in. Cage though with a running shoulder tackle, trying to make sure that he does. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Is he going to look for it? Is he going to look for Weapon X? Bate. Great counter. Sunset flip. Sunset flip from Bate using the big man's weight against him. But Cage kicking out at the count of 1. Once again, just like it's nothing, he gets the shoulder up. So nonchalant in his kickouts has been Brian Cage. And Tyler Bate trying to do everything in his power, trying to break out whatever move he can think of to get the win here. Double axe handle to the back of Cage. He goes up to the top rope now, a long way away. 450 splash! Are you kidding me? Incredible athleticism from Bate, but it still isn't enough to finish things off here. This main event still keeps on rolling, and Brian Cage still keeps on causing troubles for Tyler Bate. Because Bate is struggling. The longer this match goes on, the more likely it is to play into the dividends of Cage. Oh no. Look at these trio of power bombs deadlifting him from the mat with every single one of them. Brian Cage feeling like he could be finishing things any minute now. Tyler Bate as if to say, no, he won't give up. He keeps on fighting. He keeps on going. Lariat. Lariat again. In trouble in the turnbuckle. Oh my God. Ducks the clothesline. Leaping clothesline and a kip up. Are you kidding me? Brian Cage just leaving Bate out for lunch. Discus clothesline connected with again. Bate folded inside out. There's one. And oh, you... The heart of these two guys is incredible. Now it's Bate's turn to kick out at the count of 1. Oh, wait a minute. Cage is lining up something. Bate is dazed. Big knee in the face. Discus clothesline again. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Bate's in trouble. Bate is in big trouble right now. And Cage knows it. Cage is going to pounce on the NXT champion. Weapon X. Cover. But the ropes save Bate. The ropes save Tyler Bate in that moment. Chinlock applied now. Look at how he's talking on it. Look at the talk. Look at the way he's yanking that neck back, but no. Bate cannot give in. Bate just flat out refusing to give in there. And again, he stumbles Cage back and hits that huge uppercut from the second rope. Bate is weary. He's rocked, but he's hanging in there. Went for a neck crank, but Cage just had it red. The machine just having a lot of Tyler Bate red. Here even moves that Bate hasn't come up with. He has them red. This is a nightmare scenario. Oh my goodness, big knee in the face. Big knee in the face from Cage. Into the cover, trying to put things away. Kick out at 2. Not quite over with just yet, but Cage doesn't see things lasting much longer. Cage inflicting punishment with every moment that passes. And there's the discus clothesline again. Has Cage done enough to end things? Has Cage done enough to beat the champion here? Deadlift powerbomb. Into the cover. 1, 2, and again, Bate kicks out at 2. Throwing everything at him. Oh my God. What the hell is this? Cage going up to the top rope. Cage, what a splash on Bate. The champ is practically out of it. Well, now Cage will ensure that he is out of it. Brian Cage will look to connect again. Will the rope save Tyler Bate for a second time? Weapon X. Into the cover. No rope break this time. And Brian Cage has just definitively defeated the NXT champion. That was more than just a victory for Cage. That was a proving point. Bate beaten. Cage, your winner. And as Cage stands there, he can take solace in the fact that that is the biggest win in his NXT career, because he just beat the NXT champion. And he has just become the #1 contender to the NXT title. Bate tried everything. but he was out of it after that first Weapon X. And Cage and Stewart is ending with the second. Brian Cage, your winner. And I believe we are on our way to Cage and Bate at TakeOver New Orleans. Tyler Bate beaten, but he ain't out. This one has only just begun. That does it for this episode of NXT. A whole lot to talk about. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys, and Sarah.